Hi guys, welcome to DENT. This is a showcase for the damage debris update. Basically, this allows us to spawn debris from a destructible mesh that can be replicated. Show you working. Okay. So for the sake of this, you can see the purple balls that have been created. Just made them purple so it'd be nice and easy to see them. So let's see how it works. The damage debris is slightly more complex than the other the DENT blueprints. This one relies on multiple blueprints to achieve the effect of the replicated damage debris. So the mesh itself is stored in a child object of the BP DENT master damage debris. This is located in the blueprints, destructibles and destructible master. Do is create a child blueprint class and you'll be able to create the blueprint you need with the appropriate values. So let's have a look at this one we've got already. And so this is the BP stonewall damage debris. Now as you can see, as with the rest of the blueprints, within the DENT section you have this normal fracture point, radial, debris collision and the choice of mesh. So for this one we've just picked a large wall, and where this one comes into its own is you have the damaged chunks, offset, and you also have chunk mesh. Now these are the important ones. So let's go through this. Damaged chunk spawn percent. If we have 10 chunks that are spawned and we have 100% spawn rate, every single one of these 10 will pass and be created and spawn appropriately. If we drop this down to maybe 50 or 60%, each of the debris that spawned will randomly check if it can spawn. We have control for point and radial damage. Generally, point damage you would want to be lower than the radial, as the area of effect is much smaller. Now we have an override for the percentage for the always spawn point and always spawn radial. It's a bypass, so this will set it to automatically 100% for whichever one. Now I'll skip past damage chunk meshes just now, but what we have here, we'll go into the offset. So we have the rotation offset. This is set to spawn the angle of the debris to be the opposite angle that the point of impact is. So if you're hitting at 0 degrees, it'll come back at 180 degrees. So spawn offset. This became a necessity because if we spawn the projectiles from the center of the mesh, what's going to happen is they're going to end up destroying the mesh itself, and it just doesn't work very well. So the way the offset is configured is two ways. Whatever value you put in the spawn spread offset, so I have here 10 on the X and 10 on the Y. So what it will do is it'll calculate between 10 and minus 10 from the point of location for both the X and the Y. What happens is here is I have spawn spread lock set on Z. This is because I know I want the projectiles to spawn just under the where the mesh is located. So I've set it to minus 50. So regardless of where it's hot and what part of the angle, what side, wherever, it will always spawn at minus 50 points below, minus 50 centimeters below where the point of impact is. Cool. Now the important part, damaged chunk meshes. Now these are projectiles, so you can build up as many of these into the array as you want. These are located under blueprint, destructible, destructible master, and then debris. As you can see here, the parent blueprint is BP DENT master projectile debris. This is located in the same place as all the other master blueprints for DENT. So under Destructibles, Destructible Master, you can see it just here highlighted. As with all aspects of DENT, it requires these three values to be set. This allows the handling of the destruction or the damage to the mesh to be processed properly. Affects destructible meshes. Now, if this is ticked, any destructible mesh that this projectile comes in contact with, even the creating mesh, will be damaged. Okay, can bounce and destroy an impact. They're pretty self-explanatory. So as soon as it hits the ground or an object, it'll blow up, and if it can bounce, it's going to carry on until its lifespan runs out, which is just down the bottom here, initial lifespan. So we have impact particle and impact sound. It's very good to have these, but if you don't have destroy and impact selected, the particles will spawn and the sound will spawn every time it moves 1 centimeter. So if it's in a bed of debris, it will create almost a feedback loop of noise. It doesn't work. So if you have can bounce and destroy an impact set with your destructible mesh creating normal debris, I would advise to use these sparingly, as it can seriously impact the performance of the game. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks very much.